Hi everyone, this is Abby Almeda from UST, second year from CTHM. So right now we are going to talk about my article, which is Social Media and the Human Self-Esteem. So I'm going to link the article down below, and also you can find it directly in the description. So right now I'm going to talk about how I take social media and how it affects my lifestyle, and of course how I take advantage of it, how I implement things that I learn from what I see in my social media, either in Instagram, Facebook, and other social media platforms. So, first of all, I actually take social media with a grain of salt. Like, the first thing that I do is think that the people who post in social media, either in IG or Facebook, are also human like me. So, as much as I love gossip, I love being updated at whatever is happening around me. I usually don't envy them because, like I said, I usually think that they are humans just like me. They are people behind that digital identity that we see every day in our digital world. Like, they are humans as well. They have emotions. They have the ability to feel whatever we feel. Like all the negative emotions, all the negative vibes that we feel almost every day, they feel it as well because we are all in the same. We are humans as well. They are humans. And so I get to empathize with them a little bit more now that I think of it, and it prevents me from envying them at a certain level. And at the same time, as much as I would like to achieve whatever they want to achieve, I would usually think that maybe they have something special that I don't. Um, this is a growth mindset that I have, that we all have different strengths and weaknesses that people usually take advantage of. Like, maybe I am good at speaking in English, or maybe I am good in public speaking and they are not, but they are good in writing. And so they achieve more writing achievements than I do, but at the same time, I achieve more in certain aspects that they don't excel in. And it actually makes me a little bit, it actually comforts me, which applies to what I am saying back in the article, that we are comforted at the fact that some people have lesser capabilities than we do sometimes. And so sometimes we tend to get demotivated in terms of growing. But as I always say, life doesn't go that way, because in life you have to have a certain standard, and of course when you reach it, you have to raise the bar once again to be able to have this continuous growth in your journey, not just being stuck in that same path, like in that same level, because by the end of the day you might get outgrown by the people around you, and so you're going to feel that you are being left behind. And at the same time, when you feel that you are left behind, you get to be demotivated because it would seem like it is impossible now to catch up with them. And so that's one of the tips that I would like to share with everyone, is to be able to see what I can do more every day, like what I can do to be able to grow even just a little for this day. And so it prevents me from being able to be swallowed up by social media and its almost impossible standards, because as much as you have an ever-growing standard, social media brings it to the max. And so that's why, like I said, that's why I take it with a grain of salt, that not everyone is born the same. That's their harsh reality that we have to live in. But you can always achieve it with a little more perseverance, and of course looking at the facts and the reality that you have to live in. And that's why I said, you have to set your standards by yourself and not other people, because if you let other people define you and your standards, it would be so impossible to satisfy yourself, because first of all, that's not your standard, that's their standards. And so when you compare it to other people, you compare yourself to other people, it becomes almost impossible. And at the same time, demotivates you. And that's what the article is saying in a gist, backed up by multiple studies. And I actually agree that most of the times we get demotivated in the digital world because it's very impossible to reach monstrous standards in just, in a snap. That's not how reality works. That's not how the real world works. You have to really work hard for it. And of course, exert effort each and every day to be able to achieve a certain level. And so, I think as a student of UST, the things that I do as a student leader, to like I can't really avoid comparison with other student leaders. But for me, even though I sometimes compare myself and my achievements to others, and I do get demotivated sometimes, I tend to think that no, just don't listen to them, march to the beat of your own drums, and make sure you are still growing each and every day, even if it's just a little, because that growth will take you a very long way. Like, at least you're not in the same position as you were yesterday. Like, that's my student leader growth mindset. And that's a very helpful tip that made me survive the whole junior high school when I was back in my old school. Because back then I have very low self-esteem, and it made me feel a bit stuck. But like I said, this changed how I acted and how I performed when I realized that I don't have to, set myself next to the people around me. Like, I don't have to sit beside them and compare myself to them, because I am my own person. And I can use their standards to base my own standards as well, but at the same time, modify it to your own style so that you can be able to reach it on your own pace and at least have your own sense of identity as well. And actually, that's almost 8 minutes now, and I thank you all for listening to me. And of course, this is just a supplementary material to my article. Once again, please give a read to my own blog, and of course, give the article that I reference a read, because it is so helpful to be able to understand social media and how it affects you and your daily life. So once again, thank you all. I am Abby Almeda from UST second year CTHM, and this has been blog 1 of my SMD subject. Thank you and have a good day.